If your goal is losing fat, you've probably asked yourself this question before. Should I walk or should I run? It seems like an easy question. Running burns more calories. Case closed, right? Not exactly, because if fat loss were simply about burning the most calories possible in a single workout, everyone who ran would be lean. But that's not what we see in real life. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly when walking is the better choice, when running makes sense, and which option is likely to produce the best fat loss results for your specific situation. Because the winner might not be what you think. Number 1. The calorie myth. Let's start with the obvious. Running burns more calories than walking. There's no debate there. If two people cover the same distance, the runner will generally burn more calories in less time. That's one reason running has always been associated with fat loss. The problem is that most people stop the conversation there, because burning calories during a workout is only part of the equation. What happens after the workout matters too. And this is where things become interesting. Imagine two people. One person goes for a hard 30-minute run. The other takes a 45-minute walk. The runner burns more calories during the session. But later in the day, the runner feels exhausted. They sit more, move less, and feel hungrier. The walker feels energized. They continue moving throughout the day. They recover easily, and their appetite stays relatively stable. Now the calorie gap starts shrinking. This is one reason fat loss is more complicated than simply asking which exercise burns more calories. The body doesn't exist only during workouts. The other 23 hours matter too. And that's where walking starts becoming surprisingly powerful. Think about two people who both decide they want to lose 20 pounds. The first person immediately chooses the hardest option available. They start running several times a week, pushing themselves hard, every session because they believe harder must be better. The second person makes a simpler decision. They commit to walking every day, even if it's only 30 to 45 minutes. 3 months later, something interesting happens. The runner has completed some great workouts, but they've also skipped quite a few. Work got busy. Motivation dropped. Recovery became a challenge. The walker kept showing up, day after day, week after week. Nothing dramatic, nothing impressive, just consistent movement. And that's often where real transformation begins. Not through a single workout that leaves you exhausted, but through a habit you can maintain long enough for your body to actually change. Number 2, why walking is so effective. Most people underestimate walking because it doesn't feel hard. There's no dramatic exhaustion, no heavy breathing, no feeling like you just survived a workout. And because of that, people assume it can't be effective. But walking has something incredibly valuable: sustainability. You can walk almost every day. You can walk after meals. You can walk while listening to music. You can walk while talking on the phone. You can walk without needing a recovery day afterward. That's important, because fat loss rewards consistency far more than intensity. Think about it this way. Would you rather perform a difficult workout twice per week or perform a healthy habit 7 days per week? For most people, the habit they can repeat wins. Walking also creates very little recovery demand. That means it doesn't interfere with strength training. It doesn't beat up your joints. And it doesn't require the same level of mental preparation that running often does. That's why many successful fat loss transformations include one surprisingly simple habit: walking more. Not because walking is magical, because it's repeatable. And repeatable habits change bodies. Number 3, when running makes sense. Now let's be clear, this isn't a video against running. Running offers tremendous benefits: improved cardiovascular fitness, increased endurance, better athletic performance, stronger heart and lungs, and yes, higher calorie expenditure during exercise. If you enjoy running, that's important, because enjoyment increases consistency, and consistency drives results. Running can also be a useful tool for people who are already relatively lean, have healthy joints, recover well, and genuinely like doing it. The problem occurs when people force themselves to run because they think they have to. You've probably seen this before. Someone hates running, dreads every workout, feels miserable during every session, and eventually quits altogether. That's not a running problem. That's a sustainability problem. The best exercise is not the one that burns the most calories. It's the one you'll still be doing 6 months from now. For some people, that's running. For many others, it isn't. And that's okay, because there are multiple paths to fat loss. Number 4, the hidden appetite problem. This is one of the biggest reasons walking often outperforms running for fat loss. Appetite. Intense exercise can increase hunger, not for everyone, but for many people. After a hard run, some people unconsciously eat more, sometimes much more. The workout feels productive, the appetite increases, and suddenly the calories burned during exercise get replaced, or even exceeded. This creates frustration. People feel like they're working hard but not seeing results. Walking usually doesn't create the same appetite response. For many people, it provides a calorie-burning benefit without dramatically increasing hunger. That's a major advantage, because fat loss ultimately depends on maintaining a calorie deficit. And a deficit becomes much easier to maintain when your appetite isn't constantly working against you. This doesn't mean running causes weight gain. It means the relationship between exercise and fat loss is more complicated than most people realize, and understanding that can help you make smarter decisions. This doesn't happen because running is bad. It happens because the body is constantly trying to maintain balance. After a demanding workout, your brain may encourage you to eat a little more. Portions become slightly larger. Snacks become a little more tempting. The extra calories don't always feel significant in the moment, but over time they can reduce the deficit you worked hard to create. That's why some people feel frustrated. They're exercising consistently, they're sweating, they're working hard. Yet the results don't match the effort. Sometimes, the missing piece isn't more exercise. It's understanding how exercise influences appetite and making adjustments accordingly. Number 5. What about joint health? This is where age becomes an important factor, particularly for people over 40 and over 50. Running is not inherently bad for your joints. Research has shown that healthy runners can maintain good joint health for years. But running does create higher impact forces than walking. And if you're carrying extra weight, dealing with previous injuries, or experiencing chronic joint discomfort, that impact matters. Walking is far more forgiving. It's easier on the knees, easier on the hips, easier on recovery. And that means many people can perform it consistently without discomfort. Remember, the goal isn't choosing the exercise that sounds toughest. The goal is choosing the exercise that helps you stay active consistently. An exercise you can perform for years will always outperform an exercise that forces you to quit. So, which is better, walking or running? The honest answer is that it depends. If you enjoy running, recover well, and can do it consistently, running can absolutely be an effective fat loss tool. But if your primary goal is sustainable fat loss, walking often has more advantages than people realize. It's easier to recover from, easier to maintain, easier on the joints, less intimidating, and easier to build into daily life. Most importantly, it encourages long-term consistency. And consistency is where fat loss actually happens. This is why some of the leanest people you know may not be runners at all. They simply move more every day. They walk regularly. They stay active. And those habits accumulate over time. The body responds remarkably well to movement that can be repeated. Here's the recommendation for most people. Strength train 2 to 4 times per week. Walk daily. Then add running only if you enjoy it and recover well from it. This approach provides the best of all worlds. You preserve muscle, you increase calorie expenditure, you improve cardiovascular health, and you create a routine that's sustainable. Notice what's missing. Extreme workouts, punishment, exhaustion. Because successful fat loss rarely comes from doing the most difficult thing possible. It usually comes from doing the right things consistently, week after week, month after month, year after year. A simple week might look like this. Strength train on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Take a walk every day, even if it's only 20 to 30 minutes. Then, if you genuinely enjoy running, add 1 or 2 runs during the week. Notice how balanced that approach is. There's enough activity to support fat loss, enough strength training to preserve muscle, enough movement to improve overall health, and enough recovery to make the entire plan sustainable. That's what many successful fitness journeys have in common. They're built around habits that fit into real life. Not perfect life. Real life. Conclusion. Walking versus running is the wrong question. The better question is this: which activity can you perform consistently enough to change your body? Because the body doesn't reward occasional heroics. It rewards repeated behavior. Running burns more calories per minute. Walking is often easier to sustain. Both can work, but consistency beats intensity almost every time. So if you love running, run. If you prefer walking, walk. If you enjoy both, combine them. Just don't make the mistake of choosing an exercise based only on how hard it feels. Choose the one that helps you stay active long enough for results to happen. Because fat loss isn't won in a single workout. It's won through thousands of small decisions repeated over time. And often those decisions look a lot less dramatic than people expect. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Elevate Human for more fitness strategies designed to help you move better, get stronger, and live at a higher level. And remember, the best fat loss exercise isn't the one that burns the most calories today. It's the one you'll still be doing 6 months from now.